Hello, this is the conservative overthinker, and I want to say that negotiations and diplomacy and all that is a great thing. 90% of the time, the two countries could easily avoid war by exchange of materials or goods or whatever, or money for the country's materials, natural resources, I say exchange of natural resources or money or something else. And usually peace is better. Like in the case of the Cold War, diplomacy worked great, and when Ronald Reagan defeated the communists and through diplomacy. And so diplomacy is a good thing overall. It really works. Most of the time, a country can exchange stuff, money for one's natural resources or something like that, and they, because most people just say, well, we'll just take the money or something. They're not looking to do anything more than just money. Anyway, to the when is it the 1% okay? The Middle East, definitely the Middle East. The villains here in this case, this religion, Islam, just wants to take over the world. They don't want any money or anything. They are a bunch of hypocrites, worst human rights violators and everything. So we gotta get in there. We gotta protect Israel and stuff. Because they want to convert the whole world to Islam, and that's about it. And if anyone likes this show, I highly recommend you watch Innocence of Muslims, so you see the truth of these people, how they're really bad and stuff. So yeah, you should definitely do that. And I don't know what else to say. Just that's the truth. And you can, and if you don't believe me, watch the YouTube video Innocence of Muslims, and just read the books Israel, the World to Prevail, and The Case for Israel. I really don't know what else to tell you. We need to fight them. This is a worse thing than like there was communism that went for 60 years, and that was pretty bad. But this is way worse than communism. Communism was just trying to go over land and borders and have the Soviet Union be the center of the world. But this is not only trying to take over the world, but if you join Islam, your soul will go to hell because Allah is the devil. But if anyone decides to convert to Islam or whatever, or is forced and they'd rather live than to get their head cut off, then whatever, that's their choice. But I would say if you're going to convert, go with the Shiite. At least they got cool stuff like marking their heads and bodies with knives. That's really cool and manly. So yeah, go with the Shiite religion. They're cool. Sunnis are lame. They're boring. As I was saying earlier, go with the Shiite one. you get to mark yourself. You get to do manly stuff like mark yourself with a knife, with the sharp end of the knife. You cut yourself. You get to do manly stuff like cut yourself on the forehead and other cool stuff. And to be honest, if I didn't know the love of Jesus, I would have been a Shiite Muslim. But anyway, that's another story. The important thing is, if you decide to do that one, go with the Shiite. They're cooler. You get to do manly stuff like mark yourself. Get to cut yourself with knives. With a knife, actually. And that's pretty cool. That's very manly. And another thing that's really cool about it is that their Al-Mahdi is better than the Sunni. I don't know. Well, I think they're better because Perry Stone never talked about what the Sunnis' Al-Mahdi is, but the Shiites' Al-Mahdi is cooler because it's the 12th Imam. And well, just watch just go to YouTube and type up Perry Stone, the Islamic Antichrist, I think it's called, to find out more information about that. But anyway, I didn't hear anything, so it's probably not even worth mentioning. But anyway, they're really cool. It's they had to protect the 12th Imam from the Sunnis, and so they put him in a well, and he is in spiritual hibernation, or oscillation, I guess. In spiritual hibernation, protected by what they call jinn, and just waiting to come out and stuff. So, yeah, if you are going to convert to Islam, go with the Shiite branch. At least they got cool, manly stuff like marking yourself on the forehead. Don't go with the Sunni. They're bland and boring like the European snobs. No wonder they spread so fast in Europe. Ugh. Matches right up there with your being bland and boring and snobby and all that other stuff. So go with the Shiite. They're manly. You get to cut your forehead and body parts with a knife. Very manly. Very cool and stuff. At least if you are going to decide to go with Islam and burn in hell for all eternity, that's what I would say, is go with that one at least. You get to do manly stuff like cut your forehead and other body parts and show blood. You get to do cool stuff. And they have a cool Al-Mahdi in there that's in spiritual isolation, waiting to come out of a well, kind of like King Arthur when he went on his boat and asleep in the boat, waiting to come back for England. At least got some cool stuff like that. What's cool in the Sunni one? Nothing. They got nothing cool. What, you go to some big giant rock, woo, whoop-de-dee. Nothing special in the Sunni one. Nothing special in the Sunni one. Go with the Shiite, at least. Nothing special. Go with the Shiite. At least you got cool stuff. So yeah, go with the Shiite. They're at least get to do a lot of manly stuff. And so that's about it. And well, and watch the Game Overthinker. He's the internet authority on video games. If people like video games, watch the Game Overthinker. He's great. And in fact, because of him, that's why I call my segments on being conservative the conservative overthinker. So yeah, watch the Game Overthinker on screwattack.com or on YouTube. You can type up the Game Overthinker, and I highly recommend them if you're into video games. The Game Overthinker, the video game the authority on video games.